Welcome again. Last time we were discussing on this particular exercise where there was a 4-bar mechanism and the link AB was given some angular velocity, and after that we were asked to find out those many parameters. Now while finding out these parameters, what we have done is we started with link 2, because in case of link 2, point A velocity we were knowing. So we have written this equation like this. After that B was known. Now once B was known, we have considered link number 3, and in link number 3 when we have written the equation like this, velocity of any point C equal to velocity of known point B plus velocity of C related to B. After that B was already known and velocity of C related to B is r omega. So r is length, omega is the angular velocity of this link. Now this was not known to us, therefore this answer we were not knowing. Now the next part is, that is a magnitude not knowing. The next part is direction, that we were knowing that it is perpendicular to the link joining CB. So this is the direction perpendicular. So velocity of C related to B will be either up or down. Up to this much we have come, but then we could not go beyond this. So today we will see how to go further ahead and get the final answers which are asked here. Okay, so this is already there with you. Let us I'll just make some space here and then we'll write the next part. Okay, so I have rearranged the write-up. Now we will go further. We will now go to link number 4. So consider link number 4 now. Now let us consider link number 4. Can we consider link number 4? For considering link number 4, for considering any link, we should know velocity of at least one point on the link. Now in case of link 4, we can say so because we know the velocity of D is 0. So we'll write like this: velocity of any point, that is C, equal to velocity of D, which is 0, plus velocity of C related to D, vector equation. Now what is velocity of C related to D? It will be is equal to length CD R and then omega of C related to D, which is again what is asked. But right now you will see that we are not knowing the answer. This we don't know, this we know, but as a result it is not possible for us to find out the magnitude, not known. We don't know the magnitude because this is not known. Now direction is perpendicular to CD, that much we know. So to this CD, if you draw a perpendicular, which I will do, so this line is drawn, you can say here perpendicular to CD. So on this line, this velocity will be there. It will be either like this or it will be either like this. One of the two will be there, either this way or this way. That right now we don't know, but only we know it is perpendicular. Now having understood this much, again we are stuck up, just like last time, link number 3 which was written here. We were stuck up because we were not knowing magnitude, only direction was known, therefore we saw that it is along this. Now again same thing has happened, magnitude is not known, direction is perpendicular, which we have mentioned, and then we again stopped here. Now at this stage, the graphical procedure comes into picture. So now what we do is, here we draw what is called as a velocity polygon. So now this is velocity polygon which we are now going to draw, and what we are going to draw here is, we are going to show the vectors and we are going to show these equations which are formed by vectors, and in the process we will be able to find out all these answers. See how this is done. Now the first thing, velocity of B with respect to A, which we have found out earlier, because R and omega both are given, omega is there, R is there, so we know the velocity completely at the start itself. So now the procedure says, first you have to of course set the scale. So scale depending on what is the magnitude you have assumed. Say suppose you have got the velocity of B related to A as 1000 millimeters per second, suppose. So for 1000 millimeters you have to represent by certain line. So that line, suppose you wish to draw, let's say 5 centimeter line, then the 5 centimeter line, that means 50 mm line is going to represent 1000. So according to that, you can write that 1 centimeter is equal to so and so. That is my scale. So write here the scale. In the actual practice, when you solve the problem, as per the magnitude, write some scale here, suitable scale, and after that see what we have to do. We are now going to show the vector by the length. So now I am drawing one dot. What is the length of this line, which is shown here? 0, because it is a dot. Now whose velocity is 0 here? Velocity of A is 0, velocity of D is 0. So velocity of A and D, which is 0, we can represent by a line whose length is 0. So this point is representing A and D. And remember, in the velocity polygon, we are showing the small letters. In the polygon, in the linkage diagram, here, linkage is a linkage diagram, we are showing the capital letters here. So here there will be small letters. So this dot is representing 0 velocity, which is velocity of A and D. Now what is velocity of B? We know it is so much, certain length. So now we are going to draw this vector. This vector we have to draw here. So what we do now, from this point, remember, listen very well, from this point, we are going to draw a line which is parallel to this line. So by making use of your instruments, you have to draw a line, which I will draw here, parallel to that, like this. So this is going to be velocity of B relative to A. Now the vector is again shown the same way with capital letters, because here also we are writing by capital. So that vector is shown starting from A, and where it is ending, that point is represented by letter small b. So small a here, small b here, this is the vector called as velocity of B related to A, whose magnitude is this much, which we already know, and the direction is like this because it is like this. Now when you draw a vector, just see which letter is where. B relative to A. Now A is at the in the denominator. So in the case of the arrow or the vector here, the tail is written in the denominator, and the head, that is B, is in the numerator. So whenever you show the vector, that time the numerator and denominator, accordingly the letters should come. This is very important convention. Keep this in mind very well. Okay. So we have done this much. Now the next thing is the link 3, what was drawn earlier. It was written here, velocity of point C equal to velocity of B plus velocity of C with respect to B. Now that velocity of C with respect to B, we were knowing by direction, not by magnitude. So we can draw this line here to represent this vector on that line. So now what we do is, we now draw a line parallel to this line from this point. So when I draw that, I'll draw a line this way. This is drawn parallel to, or we should say perpendicular to CB. Now this you have to write every time. This line is drawn perpendicular to this line CB. This is drawn perpendicular to CB. Now on this line C will lie somewhere. If the C is here, suppose, then this becomes the vector velocity of C with respect to B, and that is what we want. If C comes here, then this vector will represent velocity of C with respect to B. Now C is going to be on this line, but where it is, we don't know. Okay, but again we leave this half. Now come to link number 4. In link number 4 also we are written magnitude not known, direction perpendicular to CD. That means this vector has got its direction perpendicular to CD, which we already drawn. So now we are going to draw a line like this. Now velocity of C with respect to D, we want to show where will be the tail of this vector. The tail of the vector will be at D. So from D, we are going to draw a line like this. So when I draw the line like this from D, this is a line drawn perpendicular to CD. This line is drawn perpendicular to CD along this. Because on this line, velocity of C with respect to D vector is going to lie, and this vector has got its tail at D. Therefore, the line is drawn from D. Now, since this is the vector, C is going to lie on this line. Since this is this vector, C is going to lie on this line with a tail here, tail at B. Here, this vector with a tail at D. That means C is on this line, which clearly means that C is here. So because we have drawn these lines, because we have drawn these two lines here, those lines have given us the intersection point, which is point C, because C should lie on this line also, C should lie on this line also. So this point becomes point C. And once you know point C, now we will draw a vector like this, a arrow like this, so that this becomes our velocity of C with respect to B. And this becomes velocity of C with respect to D. So we got all the required vectors. I'll show like this. And this vector, now since the direction is final, you can now show it here. This is velocity of C with respect to B, and this is not there. This is out of the two, this is the final answer, which we came to know after drawing the polygon. Similarly, out of these two, this is final, so that we will show here. And this is not there. Now I am right now explaining, so I am shown this. When you solve this problem, you don't have to show this. You have to just draw the lines, and once it is final, then you have to show the final vectors, and then name them also. So we got the answer. Now once you get the answer, what do we do? Now, whatever was not known earlier, see, this was not known earlier. So now we write here from polygon. I'll write here maybe from polygon, from velocity polygon. We say velocity of C relative to D, or rather C relative to B, is equal to so many millimeters per second. Because there is some scale, so when you convert this length by scale, you will get certain velocity in millimeters per second. That is the velocity what we wanted to know. But once you write this, you will realize that we were also asked. I'll write here. So we were asked, if you remember earlier what we had written, velocity of C with respect to B is length CB into omega of C with respect to B. Now out of that, see, last time this was not known, therefore we could not solve. But now we have solved this by polygon and we have directly got this answer. This was already there with us. So the thing which was not known earlier now has become available. So we say that omega of C relative to B is equal to velocity upon length. So this you write down and get the answer, which is the answer for angular velocity of C with respect to B, whose answer has got unit as radians per second. That means this answer we got and this answer we got. Okay. Now once you find out the magnitude of this angular velocity, the work is not over, because we should know the direction also. There should be some direction which will be either clockwise or anti-clockwise. Now that you have to find out and then mention here. Now which will be what is the directional rotation of this? See, we have written earlier this. Out of these two, now one is correct. Which is correct? Any question? Go back to what you already know. Now this is the direction of omega B with respect to A, which you already know. From where it has come, now you will say it is given. But even though it is given, you can say that this is the velocity. So because the velocity is like this, the angular velocity is like this. So same way, because the velocity is like this, the angular velocity, this will go and this will be correct. So this is angular velocity of C with respect to B, which is clockwise. So we write here clockwise. How it has come? Because this is the link. One point on the link, that is point C, is moving in this direction. That is why this is called as velocity of C with respect to B. With respect to means where you stand. So you are at this point, at B. We are observing point C. So when you look at point C by standing here, you get a feeling that C is going in this direction. Now because C is seen to go in this direction, that means this link is rotating like this, which is clockwise. So now this is complete. Now the other thing is this vector, velocity of C related to D. So velocity of C related to D is equal to, so you measure this, convert by scale and get the answer of this one. Similarly, the angular velocity is equal to length, velocity upon length. So this you know, both of them you know. So you can get the answer of angular velocity in radians per second and its direction of this angular velocity C related to D will be what? That will be depending on the vector, this vector. So where is this vector here? This vector is going this way. And you are looking at point C by standing at D. So when you are at D and C is going there, that means angular velocity will be like this. Angular velocity of C related to D is like this. So which also is like clockwise. So we write like this. So now this is completely known by magnitude as well as by direction. Magnitude by direction. This we have found out like this. Velocity of C related to B like this. So everything is found out, only this is remaining. What is the meaning of velocity of C with respect to A? You want to find out velocity of C with respect to A. Now which is C? Here. Which is A? Here. So velocity of C with respect to A vector, you can find out by this letter. C should be arrow, C should be head and A should be tail. Now since A and D both are same points, that means they are fixed points. Whatever velocity you have obtained, velocity of C related to D, that is the direction in which this point is moving. That is what is observed by D. D means the one who is standing on fixed point, fixed link. So A is also on the fixed, D is also on the fixed link. So both of them will be getting the same feeling. So this velocity will be the velocity of C with respect to A also. That means we have found out these also. Okay, so we have found out all the answers which were asked, and this becomes the procedure. This is called as finding out velocities by polygon method. Now having done this, suppose we are asked something more over and above this. That means, suppose there is E is a midpoint of this line and you are asked to find out what is velocity of E with respect to D. That is also asked. Now the work is very simple because the polygon is ready. And in this polygon, this is A, D, B and C, and accordingly you have drawn the vectors. So now what happens is, suppose you want to find out velocity of E related to D, all what you have to do is, you have to locate point E here by small letter E. Now where will be point E here? Where will be point E here? Where is point C? Here. Where is point D? Here. So see, this CD is this CD and E is the middle of CD. So in this case, between C and D, suppose you mark a midpoint. So this, if you mark midpoint, then this is point E. Midpoint of CD here also. So now you are asked to find out velocity of E related to D. So the head of the vector will be at E and tail of the vector will be at D. So this becomes a vector E related to D. So if you measure this length, that is the answer of this question. So magnitude, direction, everything is known. You have immediately found out the answer. So just write here, velocity of E related to D is from the polygon. This one. In fact, here written here from polygon. So once the polygon is ready, from polygon, you are going to find out all the various things like this. Now, let us have one more thing. Suppose there is one point F written here. F is given here and its distance is given. Now, maybe I'll write here, velocity of F with respect to, let us say, B is asked. Now, where is point F? It is given by in the data. So now we have to find out that this distance and this distance, the proportion. So I'll write maybe where here. FC is this. FC upon BC. Find out what is FC upon BC. That means proportion. Here also we have found out proportion, but since it is midpoint, we know it is half. So immediately we have done this half. Now, what is the proportion of this length to this length? That you find out. Suppose it will be 20%, 30%, whatever. So that proportion you use for dividing this line. BC is this BC and it is nearer to C. So from this side you divide. and somewhere here you will get point F. Point F you will get, as according to this proportion, find out where is point F. And once you know point F, you are asked velocity of F with respect to B. So you have to draw arrow like this. Arrow head is at, the vector head is at F and vector tail is at B. So this much from here to here, that becomes velocity of F with respect to B. So now anything else is asked. Suppose you are asked to find out, let us say, velocity of F with respect to D. Velocity of F with respect to D. How much it is? So again, F is already here, D is here. So we draw now a vector. A vector with arrow head at F and tail at D. And now this is a vector which is velocity of F with respect to D. We are located point F by this relation, this proportion, and the vector, according to what is asked, the head of the vector is at F, tail of the vector is at D, and this becomes the vector. So measure this and write down the answer what they asked. Okay, that is how the polygon becomes useful once you find out the full polygon. Once you know the polygon, now any point on the link you can find out. Suppose somebody else is asking you velocity of E with respect to F. What is velocity of E? With respect to F. Now E is here, F is here. So join those 2 points, E and F. So if you join these 2 points, E and F, here it is. And the arrowhead is at E, tail is at F. Accordingly you draw. So that becomes velocity of E with respect to F. So just remember the convention by a simple example of this first vector. When we started with this vector, velocity of B with respect to A, the head of the vector was at B and the tail of the vector was at A, which we have discussed at the start. So that convention, if you know very well, then anything is now possible. You can find out velocity of any point with respect to any point. Now what is the meaning of all this? When somebody says velocity of F with respect to A is like this, that means this point F, if you are looking from here, it will be appearing to move like this. You will feel that it is moving this way. If you are standing at it, that is the meaning. So whenever you say this vector, the letter which is written in the denominator, that is the place where the observer is standing,